Today, we are going to be taking a look at over 20 redstone creations in 0.15.1. This is going to be so awesome. Hey, what's up my fellow Twisters? Welcome back. Today we are in MCPE taking a look at 23 redstone creations in the latest update. Now this is going to use pistons and slime blocks and all the redstone you guys can imagine. It's really cool, so let's go ahead and get started. Now this map was created by this guy over here. You can go check him out on Twitter, but anyways, let's begin. First on the left hand side, over here we have ourselves a chest lock, which is basically interchangeable fences. And if you guys don't know, fences attach to each other, but they cannot attach side by side to different types of fences. So if I go ahead and click on this button over here, you can see that it opens up, allowing us to access that chest. But if we click on the button to the right hand side, it closes and then we can't click on through. This also makes for a really interesting doorway, and I find it a very neat contraption. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. This is going to be a hidden staircase. I just recently did a tutorial on this. And as you guys can see, we simply click on that button, it opens up the staircase, and then we walk to the top, or we could click another button and close the staircase. Alright, so over here we have ourselves some diamond blocks, and you could use this for creating secret rooms, or just creating places that people can't get to if they're on adventure mode. And I'm not sure if MCPE has adventure mode just yet, but hopefully in the future they will. Alright, so on this side we have ourselves what seems to be a working trash can. Now this is pretty simple, and how it works is when an item is detected inside of our hopper or inside of our dropper, it is then sends a redstone signal to dispense that item into lava. So it basically works as where any items on the inside will get dispensed. So let's just go ahead and place on some items into that chest, flick that lever, and as you guys can see, it will automatically dispense those items into our lava. So that's a really cool way to just dispense items very quickly instead of just placing them down, like, you know, throwing them into the ground or something. Alright, so on this side we have ourselves a pop-up hidden chest, and this one's actually pretty interesting. I'm not sure how they built it, but I would definitely love to do a tutorial on this. And you click on this button over here to pull out the blocks from the wall. Then the first of our pistons pushes our chest plate, or our chest up, excuse me. Then you click on this button over here to push up the second one, then the third one, and then the fourth one. And yeah, that is just really awesome. I find it to be a very awesome looking contraption, and I've never really seen something like that before. And then you could click on the button again to send all the chests back into the ground, and then one more time to close it entirely. So yeah, I thought it was really cool, and for some reason it opened back up. I'm not really sure why, but let's move on to the next creation. Now this next creation is going to be what looks like a trap chest. This is from an MCPC build, and what happens is when you try to open up that chest, it will open up a lava pit, and you will get kind of thrown into there. And what happens is it just grabs itself a signal, since it is a trap chest, and it just activates or inverts some of our redstone pistons or whatever, and you just fall down into the trap. So yeah, that's pretty cool and very simple to build. If you guys do want to see a tutorial on any one of these structures, I will definitely do that. Over here we have a 2x2 hidden jeb door, and a jeb door basically means all the redstone is hidden behind the wall itself, and you simply click over here, it pulls the blocks back, and then it pushes it to the side. And yeah, this is pretty awesome. I did something similar to this, but not quite like this, and I honestly think it's really cool, and I probably should have done this instead of the other one. Alright, so we can flick that lever again for it to be pushed back out, and then we can move on to the next area. So this one is going to be a 2x2 hidden stairs. It's similar to the first one we took a look at, but if you click on this button over here, as you guys can see, it basically pops out both on the opposite ends, and then it allows us to go up to our second level. So this one is more for decoration, because it's kind of obvious that there's a staircase in this particular spot, but yet again, it's still hidden within the wall. So you could add in an item over here and then have the staircase kind of go over it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now let's move on to the next creation, which I think is over here. This is going to be a automatic farm. You simply click on these buttons over here, it will retract those pistons, and then when it retracts those pistons, it will destroy all of those seeds as well as all of those wheat, and it will send it into our hoppers, and our hoppers will go into the chests. A very simple design, and it's actually quite new because of the pistons. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the rest of our redstone creations. I'm just going to go back down this line on the opposite side. Over here we have ourselves a trampoline. You just flick that lever and it automatically just pushes our trampoline up and down. You can step on this if you want to bounce all the way up into the air. as you guys can see. Or if you want to see this a bit better, you can bounce mobs on here, which not a lot of people know. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a spawn egg. It should be right over here. Maybe grab some sheep, and we're gonna send them flying into the air, as you guys can see. So there's a sheep. We can spam down as many as we want, and as you guys can see, they do take fall damage, but they are flying up into the air, and it looks so cool. Alright, so now let's move on to the next contraption. First, let's turn that off. Over here we have a redstone contraption. I'm not sure if this is actually considered a redstone contraption, but if you go ahead and step on this pressure plate over here, it should push you around the map, and I'm not sure why you would need this, but I guess it's just there for, you know, the sake of being there. Alright, so I'm really not a fan of that one, as you guys can tell, but let's move on to the next redstone contraption, which is going to be an automatic sugarcane farm. And this basically uses our observer blocks, and then our observer blocks basically detects when our sugarcane is grown up to 3 blocks, and then once that happens, as you guys can see, it will push out our pistons and essentially cut down our sugarcane. It will then drop into our dispensers, and then those dispensers will collect them automatically. So it's basically completely automatic, as you guys can tell. Alright, so over here we have ourselves a simple 2x2 volt door. We simply step over our pressure plate and it will open up that door, as you guys can see. And it's a spiral door, if you guys have noticed, and it works really well. So there you go. This one is yet again another awesome design. And if you guys want to see a tutorial on any one of these, I will love to do them, because that door is really cool. On this side, we have a basic elevator. This does not have realistic doors like my version, but it just has the, you know, the pistons going up into the air. So yeah, I really love my version more. It's not because I'm biased, it's because it has the working doors, and that's what really makes it unique. But either way, let's go ahead and click on that button. It takes us up to the second floor, and then we're here on the second floor. We could click on this button to go back down to the first floor. So yeah, that's a pretty simple way to create an elevator. And if you guys do find a realistic elevator hard to create, you could just create these simple ones. Alright, so now on this side we have ourselves a perfect hidden storage system. And then we could go ahead and click on this button over here to open that up. We drop down into the ground, and down here we do have ourselves some crafting tables, as well as a button to go back up above the surface. And this is basically going to activate a slime block launcher. And then we simply walk on forward, click on that button, and then we can close back that area into being hidden or whatever. Alright, so on this side we have ourselves a trap, and I'm not sure what this is, but you simply walk over it and then you fall down into the ground. So that's actually pretty neat, and the trap simply needs to be reset by placing down these pressure plates, and then as you guys can see, it will take you into the ground. So yeah, that's definitely pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure that the pressure plates just activate the pistons, and the pistons retract, creating this redstone signal where you just fall back down. Alright, so that's pretty much our trap. Let's move on to the next one. This is going to be a slime block launcher, except using pressure plates. You run to the side of it, and when you run to the side, it bounces you up. So let's go ahead and try this one more time. Run to the side, and it did not work again. Let's try this one more time. And boom, and we can walk up to our hidden area at the top, or any area that we choose, and up here we have some more diamond blocks. Alright, so moving on, we have another door, except this is a 3x3 door, and this does not actually work properly. So if you guys want to see a proper working 3x3 door using only pistons, I uploaded a tutorial just yesterday. Just go onto my channel, click on the redstone tutorials playlist, and you should see this in there. Alright, so let's move on to this side. Over here we have ourselves a trap for a minecart. You simply click on that button, it pushes forward, then it breaks the blocks and they fall underneath the ground. Yet again, a simple piston retracting system with a redstone detection rail, and it works really well. Over here we have ourselves a locked door, and this is basically a double locked door using pistons and our iron bars. We click on that button to open it up, and as you guys can see, it basically uses 4 of our sticky pistons, some closer into the ground, that way it doesn't close into each other, and it looks really nice. I should probably also do a redstone tutorial on that. Alright, so on this side we have ourselves an easy build. As it says, it is basically a hidden chest, and it's very compact. As you guys can see, we basically click on that lever and it swaps a chest from the wall, essentially creating a hidden chest. Alright, so let's move on to our passcode lock input. This passcode lock input is very huge, as you guys can see, but there's 6 different combinations for it, which is basically signified by these signs, and then once you flick those, it will open up a secret area in the floor. This yet again has its own little slime block launcher, and then you can put anything that you want down here. It does not need to be this small, but you guys get the idea. We step on this again, we click on that button, and then we launch ourselves back up to the top. As soon as we change any one of these, it will basically reset that hidden area. Alright, so moving on this side, we do have ourselves what looks to be like a hidden staircase. You flick that button, and it actually does not create a staircase. It just removes these blocks over here. And these slabs, which are poking out of the ground, just hides that redstone. So as you guys can see, the pistons are located right in this area. One of the main reasons why I have not done a hidden staircase just yet is because I don't want to do something cheap like this. I mean, it is technically hiding a staircase, but it's just pistons. I mean, look at that. That is just not good in my opinion, but still, I appreciate the map creator putting the map together. Alright, so on this end, we have ourselves a pillar hidden room, and you simply click on that button to open up the room inside of our pillar. It basically retracts our blocks, very simple stuff yet again, and then it basically sends us down into another slime block area with a slime block launcher, and there's just some cake down here. You click on that button to close the door at the top as well as exit the area, and as you guys can see, it does work really well. So that one I actually like because it implements the slime block launcher with the closing of the door. So it's not bad. Alright, on this end we have ourselves a hidden room behind of our automatic fireplace. We click on that button over there. As you guys can see, the blocks go away, the fire gets removed, and then we can have a ladder going down into the ground. Alright, so if we want to reactivate this, we flick the lever again, and then it lights back up our nether rack and then creates for an automatic fireplace. So on this side we have an automatic enchantment room. You click on this button, our blocks come from the floor and from the ceiling, and then you have yourselves a very simple area to enchant your items, and if you have this inside of a house, it will look really cool. Now the only downside to this is that you don't actually need the top section to enchant up to 30 levels. You could do that with just the bottom section, but if this is just for decoration, it is something very interesting to have. Alright, so let's move on to the next contraption. This is going to be a hidden floor, which basically has a trap at the bottom, and it's essentially just a lava bridge, and it's very similar to the hidden staircase that we just saw, except it's not leading into a staircase, it's leading into lava. Alright, so moving on over here, we have a very simple redstone contraption, which everyone should know by now. You simply place down our pressure plates in the middle, and then these will activate our pistons, and they will keep you from leaving the area. So as you guys can see, you can't really leave the area unless you possibly run, and even if you run, it's really hard to get out. So as you guys can see, it is trapping you, and if you don't break the blocks, or if you're on adventure mode, it would be hard to escape. Alright, so on this side we have ourselves another Jeb door. This time it's a 1x2 door. You click on that button, it pulls the block back, and then you could enter this area. So yeah, it's basically a Jeb door, and that's going to be all of the redstone contraptions in today's video. So anyways guys, that basically wraps up today's redstone tutorial. If you did enjoy it, be sure to take 1 second to smack the like button. Also leave a comment down below. Tell me which was your favorite build, and if you would like to see a tutorial for it. Anyways guys, if you watched all the way to the end, be sure to type in hashtag Team Twist into the comment section so I know how awesome you are, as well as don't forget to subscribe to see when I post my latest videos. Anyways guys, this was Twist, and I'll see you guys next time.